Hi, my name is Ron Gordon of Ron Gordon Watches, located in Manhattan, and today I'm going to show you how we do a battery change on a Tag Heuer, and I'm going to show you the correct way to do that. And today's watch will be this Tag Heuer Series 2000. Alright, so when we change a battery on a Tag Heuer, it's not just a battery change. We call it a partial maintenance, and I'm going to show you the 3 essential gaskets that need to be changed to ensure the waterproofness of the watch. So let me take you over here. And so we have the crystal gasket, we have the case back gasket, and the O-ring tube gaskets. These are the 3 essential gaskets that need to be changed. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off the bracelet. And this is all going to be cleaned in the ultrasonic cleaner. That's part of the partial maintenance. So we'll put this aside here. And then we're going to open up the back. Put it in my watch holder here. Okay. All right. I'll open up the back. Take off the battery limiting spring. Okay, now we're going to test this battery. The battery is dead. Okay, that's why the watch is here. And we have to check the consumption of the movement. So I have to put it on this tool here. This is how we check the consumption of the movement. Consumption of the movement should not be above 1.5 microamps. If it's above 1.5 microamps, there's something wrong with the watch. And this one is falling into the right category. Okay. So then I want to remove the movement from the case. And I'm just going to put it in this plastic box here so no dust or dirt gets on this watch. Okay. This case back gasket has to be changed. There's an O-ring gasket inside of this tube that needs to be taken out and changed. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, I have to get to my just going to go in here and dig it out. This gasket's in very bad condition. It's just breaking apart. It's just falling apart. Okay. And now we have to remove, we're going to remove the crystal so we can get to the crystal gasket. I'm going to push this crystal out. Okay. Now, I'm going to remove the crystal gasket. Okay. All right. So we're going to clean all this in the ultrasonic cleaning machine for about 20 or 30 minutes. So it's nice and clean. All right, so now the case and bracelet is nice and clean, fresh out of the ultrasonic and dried. So now we're going to install the new gaskets. The first gasket I'm going to install is the crystal gasket. Okay. All right. Next gasket we're going to install is the O-ring gasket into the tube, into the crown, I'm sorry. Give it a little silicone grease on it. Let me grab my eye loop here. I'm getting this ready for the waterproof test with no movement in it. Screw that down. And next, we're going to put the case back gasket in. Get this down in there. Tighten this down good. There's no movement in the case. Of course, I'm not going to do a waterproof test with the movement in there. Now we're getting ready to do the waterproof test. So I inserted put the watch down into the machine here. This watch needs to be tested. Okay. This has to go in this waterproof machine for okay, I'm going to test this watch to 10 bars, and it has to sit in here for so half an hour. Now we're back. The watch has been in the waterproof machine for half an hour, and so now I'm going to get it out of there. Just release the pressure. Okay. This looks good so far. No water in it, which is a good sign, except the test is not done. Now we have to put it on the hot plate. It has to sit on the hot plate for half an hour. Alright, now we're back. The watch has been on the hot plate for half an hour, and now I have to put a drop of water on the crystal. This is the final test, and with this test the case should not fog up. If it fogs up, that means there's a leak, and this case looks good. I don't see any fogging up. I'm just gonna check it with an eye loop. Looks good. So it has passed the waterproof test. Now we're gonna install the movement. Let me just dry it off here. I have to open it up again. Install the movement. And need a new battery. Just grab it. Just want to press that in. Okay. Put the battery limiting spring in. Just going to set the time. Screw down the crown. Tighten it back. It's good and tight. We have one last final test. This is the dry test, dry waterproof test. It's my final test just to make sure everything is good. Put it in the machine. Now this will take a few minutes, and we'll be back as soon as this machine finishes up the final test. Okay, now the watch has passed the final dry water resistance test. You can see by the two green lights here that it has passed the test. So this watch is ready. This watch is now ready for the bracelet to be installed and ready for the customer. So that's how a partial maintenance and battery change is done on a Tag Heuer the correct way, the only way.